All right, good evening, everyone. Back with the market update video. So let's get started straight away. I'll try not to make the video very long, right? I'll just get to the indices and we'll start straight away. Okay, so let's start with CNX Energy. CNX Energy, I told you to avoid because the run up was fantastic from the points we had discussed. So I'll still avoid this sector because it's still kind of moving upside. Right now, it's at a supply as well. I won't really short it because there is no build up for the short. So for the build up of the short, you need to see this low to be taken out and then some kind of a range bound action here. So Nifty Energy is what I'll avoid. Now Nifty Media, let's come to Nifty Media. Now the view in Nifty Media was extremely bullish. I've been sharing the bullish view since this day, I guess, right, from the 1st September, in the last two videos, right, and finally got something on this line, right. Again, the view is bullish. You can again take it on the upside only. Don't try to short this one until it forms a base around this supply. So this demand zone is very active now. If anyhow the price comes down, right, you want to trade this demand zone, and the stocks which I discussed also performed very well. So the move is kind of over as of now. Let's wait for some more build up and we will check out what's going on in Nifty Media again. Now Nifty Metal, just a second. Nifty Metal, if you see, look at how it played out nicely. Just followed the arrow as it was drawn, right? This is the demand zone, and nice little move on the upside. Sorry, nice little move on the upside as expected. So sorry guys, right? So now Nifty Metal is again bullish, right? So what you have to do in Nifty Metal is, you see, it has broken out of this range. It has broken out of this range right here, and the base which took out the range is this area right here, right? So it's already done some kind of a trap here. So if it so there can be two scenarios. If you check out Nifty Metal, there can be two scenarios. It can break out, it can come back down into this range again, right, and then you can take a long on the upside from this demand zone, right? If it dips down, I would probably avoid it to take a long, because this will then become a distribution area, so it will pose a lot of resistance for the stock to move up. So the only case is if it breaks out and it comes back down to trade this. And if I check some bullish metal stocks, so National Aluminium, it was just cut. Look at this arrow right here, nice move up, so you can avoid it now. Jindal Steel also, you can avoid it. Sale is looking very nice. If you see, sale has come back down to this base right here. If anyhow it tests this demand zone, you can take it on the upside, even if it does something like this. Sorry for the disturbance, I guess. Even if it does something like this, you can try longs here, trying to tap above this high, right? Almost all metal stocks are bullish. Tata Steel, you can avoid it because the supply buildup is strong here. So um, you can take a dip if it dips down here, but anywhere above it, I would not try to take a breakout trade in Tata Steel. Hindalco is very nice. Hindalco is looking extremely nice. You see, we expected this pullback down and then an immediate up move above this high. So now what happens is, this is the base where it's getting demand from. So if it tomorrow, if it dips down here, you can trade this demand zone in Hindalco as well. NMDC avoided. Structure is weak, still weak. No action above this high. This is looking really good. Now if you see, nice accumulation day here. Nice accumulation day here. And now what you want to do is, you want to continue trading these demand zones on the upside in JSW Steel, if they do not gap up and shoot up immediately. Vedanta also the same thing. You see, there's a nice little build up here, and then these demand zones are tradable on the upside, right? So metals, the stocks which you have to keep an eye on is SAIL. Tata Steel is also, you should avoid Tata Steel if it doesn't dip into this demand zone. Another one is Hindalco, is looking very nice. JSW Steel and Vedanta. So these four stocks is what you need to keep an eye on in the metal sector. Now let's come to Nifty Realty. So Nifty Realty, as expected, this was a breakout. Now this demand zone is tradable. So this entire area is tradable. So if it dips down here, you can again take a long on the upside in the Nifty Realty stocks. And if I check out realty sectors, realty stocks, sorry, if you see, I expected a dip here to take a long. It did not really dip down, and it's trying to form a base here. So unless this high is taken out now, I won't really look for longs in this, or if it dips down to this. So this is the range where I expect DLF to trade tomorrow. Let's see something which is trying to move out of the range. Yeah, this is a nice one. So see, what is the origin? See, this was the view. If it comes down to this demand zone, you take a long, and now it's setting up. So what you want tomorrow is some kind of a gap up, an immediate move down into this demand, and then you take it on the upside for this high right here. This is also setting up very nicely. If you see, this was the last base, and now look at this, right? This is setting up very, very nicely. Now you can use these demand zones for a long trade, seeing your VCPs and all that stuff. So reality, the bias is still on the long side. Auto, now it's overextended. So this is the range in auto stocks. See, the view was again dip into this demand, but didn't really give any demand dip. So it's kind of overextended now. But what you want to see is you want to see this areas to be filled. Then you want to look for longs in the auto sector. Nifty PSU bank, now see one thing, this area is empty right here. This is a supply. So tomorrow, if it dips down here, you can look for a long trade on the upside. Don't try to short it because there's a lot of space on the upside and it's inside a previous accumulation base. You can look for longs in the Nifty PSU bank sector. If I take State Bank of India, avoid this, right? It's kind of losing momentum. You can probably find better stocks. Yeah, look at this. This is beautiful, right? So constantly trading higher, forming higher value areas, and tomorrow also you can expect a nice little up move here. If this demand zone holds, it's gonna shoot up. Right? So if it comes back down even to this demand or even this demand, you can take it on the upside, expecting a new high. So this is much better than State Bank of India, right? It's showing a lot of buying. Canara Bank is same, right? It's also showing a lot of buying. The buying started from here. This is the demand which was used to form the range. So now what you want to trade this zone. If this zone doesn't work out, trade this demand zone, right? There's also the 50 moving average on the hourly chart. So Canara and Bank of Baroda looking good on the Nifty PSU bank. Now Nifty IT, see, avoid IT stocks, right? Because this was the area you could have got a move, but now it will form a base. It will form a base right here for the next move or the down move. Nifty Pharma as well, nicely base building right here. I'll avoid this sector as well. Same with Nifty FMCG. This demand right here is being used to build the range. If you see, these lows will be used to trap some liquidity on the downside. So you can take a long here, but only stay in bullish stocks. So if I check out some bullish FMCG stocks, not a very big fan of that long, right? But see, this is why this is looking kind of topish. There's a lot of supply here, so avoid this one. This is still better. This zone is still tradable on the upside. If it dips down, still tradable on the upside. This is much better. If you see, this is what I'm kind of looking for. This is the previous accumulation area. This entire down move becomes the demand. Now what you want to see is you want to see a break above this base, then a quick retest, and you want to take it straight to this high. This is looking awesome. Let's check out Nestle. Nestle also kind of topish. If you see this area, a lot of supply is there. So this is the only demand I'll trade in Nestle. Colgate also looks kind of good now, right? This demand zone. See, this is the demand. This is the trap kind of situation which can happen. You can take Colgate on the long side as well. And the last one is, let's take Marico. Avoid this. This is a distribution day here. A lot of selling here in this area. Right? So it can move on the downside till here. So avoid Marico as well. Now let's check out the remaining sectors. Now the view in Nifty Bank was shaping up very, very nicely. The view was that it will trade this reference range. It has given a breakout as well. So the breakout base is right here. And this area was left and now it's done. So now what you want to take only longs in Nifty banks. Okay, so Nifty Bank, you want to take only on the long side. I mean, I'll take only on the long side. Any dip into this demand is buyable. Right? If it gaps up and shoots straight into this supply, it will probably contract here or maybe give a sharp pullback and then move up. Right? So don't trade that scenario. But if it dips into this demand, you can trade Bank Nifty as well. So Bank Nifty, if I check out a few banking stocks, the bank, yeah, Kodak looks really nice. This zone right here formed above this range, this demand is very, very active. Bandhan Bank also looks nice. So if you see Bandhan Bank, this demand is very active right here. There was an opportunity to take a BTST in Bandhan Bank. Look at the close right here, really, really nice tight range. Might just shoot up straight from the morning. If it doesn't, then you can trade longs in this area. SBI we discussed to avoid it. Federal Bank also looks nice. The banking space should do well, and FMCG should come down a little bit, right? The banking space should do well tomorrow. Federal is also trying to break out of the base. ICICI also, see, this is lack of participation. Look, this is not distribution. Distribution looks something like this. It's this, yeah, distribution looks something like this. Sharp pullbacks, sell off, pullback, sell off, pullback, sell off. The stock just does this. The VWAP is here. This is not distribution, guys. Okay, so this is what you want to trade on the upside. This is what you want to avoid. See, this is what distribution looks like. Look right here. Pullback, sell off, pullback, sell off. So already dumping was happening before the big crash. This looks great as well. So financials and Nifty Bank, I think they're getting ready again. All right, so you can see all these accumulation bases. You can take all of this on the upside. This is distribution. See, this is distribution right here. This is great. This is lack of participation on the downside. When this supply is taken out, it will start heading higher. This also looks nice. See, all this is lack of participation on the downside and the reversal in the afternoon, and then you can take it on the upside. So all Nifty finance, see, this is distribution right here. Is distribution. This is selling. So hopefully the difference between distribution and all this is clear. Right? This is not selling. This is accumulation on the way down here. Wait for the breakout and then the retest for a long trade into this supply, or maybe even the high. All right, so Nifty finance and banks have a bullish view, and Nifty media, Nifty metal, realty, PSU banks, finance, and Bank Nifty have a bullish view. Rest all sectors I'll avoid tomorrow. Right, so basically the high beta names is what I'll trade tomorrow, and hopefully Nifty should also stay bullish or relatively flat if other sectors go down. But all these high beta sectors should outperform, and I'll discuss another space, which is the chemical sector. If you see, chemical sector is nicely getting accumulated here. So this is the Tata Chemical chart, and you see it has run below these lows but closed very nicely. There is no selling here. So now if it breaks this supply tomorrow, you can take it on the upside. UPL is the same structure right here, but it's much better than Tata Chemicals, because if you see, the close is really nice. Then on the upside, and Navin Chlorine has filled the space. Now expect it to consolidate and move upside as well. So chemical space is also something you can keep on watch for tomorrow. And that is it for today's video. Make sure that if you like the content, you like the video and share it in any Telegram or Discord groups which you are, so that the channel gets maximum traction, right? So good luck for tomorrow and the week ahead, and I will see you tomorrow with another market update video. And good night, everyone.